So today we're going to do a long format cozy coding video. Essentially what I'll be making today is something I don't quite know yet. This is me coming up with an idea and then basically just sort of, I don't know, creating it. There's no teaching, there's no me trying to show people how to do things. This is just like cozy coding. And people can just sort of like code with me or have their own thing in the background. Follow along if you want to. So as you can see, I do have a couple of things open. I do have an idea to what we could be making. This could, for example, be a website, which is what I have most tutorials on the channel. I have a dog here. I have two dogs. One is sitting and sleeping with his face on top of my foot, and the other one just sat there, but now he's doing whatever. I do have some ideas to what we could be making in this video. This could essentially be me setting up a website using Laravel, since that would be kind of a fun thing to get people seeing how exactly you can make websites using Laravel. Fun fact, for the longest time, people wanted me to make Laravel tutorials, and I just sort of like pushed it off. But, you know, I created a small series. We did a CRUD project, and it could just kind of be fun to see, you know, just someone not teaching it, but just like setting it up. I think that would be kind of fun. Now, I don't have Photoshop anymore, which some people know, because I did used to have Photoshop, but I swapped it out for Affinity Photo because Photoshop is like a monthly payment thing, and I have paid so much money for like, I don't know, 14 years using Photoshop, and there's another free tool in the market called Affinity Photo 2. The third one, they're actually beta testing, I think, like this month. So like this is the closest competitor to Photoshop, and it's super good. It's only missing like a couple of tools like AI and stuff like that. So other than that, it's just like so similar. What I wanted to do in here is, I think, is just kind of like create a design. Maybe not like necessarily a design, but just like an idea to what could be fun to make, because we have to have something to make. This could be like a business website, or, you know, something where people can log in and my wife's sending me stuff. I just uploaded my 500k video, by the way. People are reacting positively on it. I'm really happy to see that. She's sending me a screenshot of it. She wanted me to make like a different thumbnail. It's just giving me a ton of solutions to what could be made instead. My thumbnail is basically me sitting like trying to make faces that could fit in, and she has like ideas for like better like from like screenshots of the actual video. So maybe I should swap it out. I think she's right. It may sound a lot better, or look a lot better. It's very important to her I look very good on my thumbnails. Well, it's not, but you know. She just doesn't want me to look like I'm being held prisoner. Like, you know, looking like this has to be good, you know. So ideas for a website. Phone is going crazy. I was thinking maybe we could make a website where you could just simply go in and share images, videos, something, kind of like a you know, like a, I don't know, like an image sharing platform. A little bit similar to like Pinterest. That would be kind of fun. like a very basic version, of course, because if you have to make Pinterest, that would take like forever, but just like something very basic that could seem very, you know, similar. Just to like program it, you know, just to have some fun. We're not trying to create something serious here that is going to be a real thing at some point. This is just like having fun. So, you know, maybe have like, if I take my drawing tool here, maybe have like, you know, like a head at the top there, assistant. Oh, okay, there's like an assistant inside Affinity Photo. My wife is being funny again. We have to think about the structure. There's gonna be a front page. There's gonna be like probably a front page where like if you're following certain artists, that you get like the latest photos or whatever they uploaded, and you just kind of like get them thrown in your face. Just like if you go to YouTube, there's gonna be like, you know, your feed, or Facebook when you open it up, like all the people you follow, your friends, like they'll just like pop up. I think that could be kind of fun, like a mini version of that, right? Gonna be like a side menu. There's gonna be some content in here. I made a similar intern web app not too long ago that had like the same similar layout. But basically this could be like different like categories. Yeah, I think that's... I don't quite know what features it's gonna have yet. Like I said, this is like me starting out, having basically nothing, and we're like coming up with an idea together. But I think a website like this, where you had like just like a basic main menu, and then you had maybe like, kind of like YouTube has, like some more personal menu items on the side, and then some main content. Like that's probably gonna be like a rough beginning. So I think technically, we're gonna have to have a database where we allow for tables that has to do with images, and we're gonna have a login system. This could be made with something like Laravel Breeze, which is a basically like a library, I guess you call it, a library where you can basically just like have a login system built into Laravel. Like you just install it and it's there, and you can just sort of like set it up really fast. I think we're gonna do that. So the first step would be to like, and as you can see, I have like my text editor. Let me zoom in a little bit. I do also have ChatGPT on the side here, just to have some brainstorming. Sometimes I don't remember all the code. So instead of Googling things and like Googling it for like 5 minutes, I can just ask ChatGPT and it's just gonna spit it out. A lot of people underestimate like the usage of AI tools like this. Like it's fairly great. You can get a lot of really awesome like, you know, info from it. So I think we're gonna start by basically just setting up our environment. So we're gonna set up Docker, or not set it up, but boot it up. My dogs are playing. That's what you can hear in the background. So we're gonna open up Docker, and we're gonna open up Ubuntu, which is what I'm using here since I'm on Windows, and Docker is mainly used for like a Linux environment. So you have to have Ubuntu. Okay. And we're also gonna start up, I guess we're gonna just keep dbeaver, I think it's called dbeaver. We're just gonna keep that off for now. Like that's basically what I use to view my database. So yeah, let's go ahead and start up a project. So what you could do for people who, like me, struggle remembering code lines quite often. I'm building a basic Laravel. Can I just talk into it? I know my microphone is hooked up to to my recording software. I would like to have the code provided for my console in order to set up a new Laravel project. I just need to have a basic setup. Don't create anything fancy. I just need a basic Laravel project using MySQL and Sail, which means that this has to be the latest version of Laravel. That's how you do that, I guess. It's actually like super good at seeing what exactly you're asking here. Like the voice recognition is just like top tier. I'm just gonna create a new little chat here. It's gonna spit it out. Oh, it's researching right now. So yeah, we have to start a project first. Like we have to set up a project and call it something. I guess we could call this one, like we could start all my projects just calling it fun something. Like fun image upload website, I guess. Okay, so what does it say here? Run the one-liner to scaffold the app with Sail plus MySQL. So this is also for WSL, which is what I'm using right now. This is like my Linux environment basically inside Windows. So it has a command here in order to set it up. And then it has, well, that's for Mac. It has the Windows version down here. Just gonna check it out. Yeah, so replace it. Just kind of gonna trust it here. Yeah, so basically, like there's another way to do this. Like this is, I guess we'll just do this for now. But there's another way to do it, which might be a little bit more simple. But we're gonna start it up with MySQL. Basically what it's doing here, I do have Laravel downloaded into my computer. It's trying to fetch it from the official website, which I guess will give me the latest version. So I guess that's gonna be fine. So let's call it fun image upload site, or just social media. That could be kind of fun. So we're gonna do that, but before we do that, actually, we have to make sure that we're inside the right folder, because this is not the right one. Just delete everything. Come on. Ah, you have to use like your mouse and like your arrow keys. Like right now, it's not setting it up inside my Laravel projects folder. Let me just find it here really quick. Yeah. I just didn't want any sensitive information to pop up. I don't think there's any, but you know, my address wouldn't be fun to have popping up. Right, so I called it Laravel projects. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So cd Laravel projects. Right, and from here, we're gonna insert it and just call it fun image social media platform. Oh, okay, yeah. So we don't have WSL installed. There is another way to do so. Let's do it using Composer instead. That is how I typically do it. That was the other way I mentioned. But because the other one requires WSL installed, we can't do that. So Composer, we'll call it fun image social media platform. Actually, that was the wrong place. Just messing everything up here. I don't know why I replaced the create project part, because that's like the actual command to replace it, or to create the project. Fun, image, social media, platform. There we go. Okay. Double check everything. That's fine. Setting it up. Typically takes a bit of time before it has well, not this time. Maybe it's just more like a first time thing, I guess. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go inside our project. So fun, image, social media, platform. I can't remember the name of it every single time. Good. So now we're gonna set it up. And we're gonna set it up using Laravel Sail. So we're just gonna double check everything is correct. Because like sometimes the commands that it gives you inside ChatGPT is not entirely correct. Like AI is good, but it's not perfect. So like that's also like an interesting thing that people, they often misunderstand. Like you don't just have AI create things for you. Like you have to have an actual developer sitting there double checking what it's spitting out, like, and you have to understand it. Otherwise, you know, AI is useless. Okay. Composer require Laravel Sail --dev. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. We're also gonna install Sail with MySQL. Artisan Sail install with MySQL. There we go. So now we can actually migrate the database. We have to first, and you can actually see it says it right there, we have to make sure that Sail is up, but we have to use a different command, since if I use that particular command, I can't do anything else while it's running. So we have to use Sail up, and then we actually get all different services running, as you can see. And we then double check it is MySQL, that's good. And then we just basically first need to generate a key, and I can actually show that in a second why we need to generate that. Otherwise it's just gonna give us an error message once we open the website. So we're gonna go ahead and actually migrate our database like it told us. Maybe before we do that, let's actually change some of the details. So if what is the command to run the text editor? I think I'm just gonna open up manually. So go in here, open folder. Let's go ahead and, is there anything insensitive? I don't think there is. Laravel projects, fun image, social media platform. There we go. For a second there, I thought it was gonna crash. Oh yeah, Visual Studio Code has a built-in AI, and it's fairly good. Like I actually sat and spent an evening. My dog is streaming now. An evening just like testing it out, and it's super good. But we're gonna skip it for now. I do feel like it kind of takes over development a little bit, and I would rather have ChatGPT like when I ask it for something to actually also tell me why we do certain things, whereas this thing inside Visual Studio Code just kind of like changes things for you, and it doesn't have a lot of explanation going on unless you ask it to. So in here we have an env file, environment. Basically the key up here is the one we just created. That's why we ran that generate key command. And if I go down, double check that we are using a MySQL connection. Our database name is right now Laravel. Let's call it fun social, what did I call it? fun image social media platform. Right? Spelled correctly? Good. We're just gonna keep this like it is. Doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna save it. I will have to go back inside my console here and sail down, because we have to like close it down and then open it back up again. Otherwise, it's not gonna save the changes. I'm fairly certain. Just gonna run it again. There we go. And now we migrate. Hopefully it should work. Double checking everything. Did I make any mistakes? I don't think so. There were a mistake. Okay. Access denied. Okay, so basically we set up the database, but it's incorrect. And that's because we already ran the database migrations. Oh, not the migrations, but the... okay. So what do we do now? Maybe we try to run this again, just to see what happens. Like, will it actually now install with the new version? I think it will. I hope it will. So we're gonna run it. It could also have been because I did run the sail up command. See if this works now. Nope. Still not working. See, the great thing is that we can now actually take a screenshot and share it with ChatGPT. I got to the point where I had to migrate the database inside option B, but I changed my database name inside the .env file right before doing so, and now I'm getting this error message. I would like my database to have this particular name, but how can I do so without getting the error message? And we send it, see what it says. It is kind of fun to like think back on like my study days back in university. Like, we didn't have AI. Like, it's so easy nowadays with AI to basically go in and again, you know, like, people have to be careful they don't get lazy when they have to like become web developers. Like, you have to learn the things, right? But it sort of like helps you not having to remember every single line of code anymore. Like, it can help you out. Okay, so you change the database in the env, but MySQL in Sail only creates the database the very first time the container starts. Okay. After it's already running, changing the name doesn't auto-create the new database. Okay. 2 ways to fix it. Keep existing MySQL data, create database, plus grant permissions. So basically what I'm hearing here is we need to recreate the project. That might just be the easiest thing to do, like it says. Yeah. So we have to stop the containers. So I'm gonna say sail down. So stopping them again. And now we make sure that everything is correct. We do the same thing again. And then we clear our config data. Okay. And then we try to migrate again. I feel like we did this exact thing. Almost. And it gives us the error again. So what we're doing now is we're sending this. I feel like it's set to create a fresh project, but that's not really what we did. We just did the exact same thing I just tried. I may have misinterpreted what it wanted me to do. So now we just send a screenshot and then it'll tell us why everything went wrong. A lot of people, they don't fully utilize screenshots. Like, it's fairly amazing for seeing everything that's going on inside the screenshots. Like, it's so good at it. You don't have to like copy paste text all the time. I can see like what it's thinking here. It is claiming that I had to use the with the no v command. Okay. Let's do this again, but with the v. Okay, so we changed the data. I mean, it did give me some new, like it did actually close down the MySQL connections too. It didn't do that before, I'm pretty sure. It just like closed down, yeah, it did not. So now we're gonna clear it again, which is often the thing you gotta do, because it maintains data. And then we try again. Nope, still did not work. I didn't think it was going to. Now we just like copy paste it in again. Let's actually just ask it to create a new project. Like, we might as well do that. Let's start over by creating a new project. And when you tell me the steps, I do also want you to include when to change the environment data before we start messing things up. It's like the best thing to do. So I'm gonna open up my website folder, which is right here. Just gonna delete it. Wait, where is it? Oh, okay, I thought for a second there that, right, we probably can't delete it because it's open in here. Let's create a new window. Close it down. And then delete it. It's fun to see how much space they actually take up, those different websites. Like when you create them using Laravel, they take up a fair bit amount of space. But let's go ahead and set up VS Code again. There we go. But basically, of course, we have to like go back in and create the project. So let's call it the same thing again. Actually, let's call it a different thing because it is still deleting the previous project. Let's just call it Cozy instead. Cozy image social media platform. Right? And that's not gonna work because we're inside the wrong folder. Yeah, we have to go back. So cd -- there we go. Now we create it. Gotta be in the right directory, otherwise it's not gonna work. There we go. Oh, it remembers. Cool. Create Laravel social media platform. Right? There we go. So now we go into it. So cd cozy social image social media platform. Right. So from here, I'm guessing we now have to set things up because that's what it says. Oh my god, it's so tiny. Why is it so small? So we open folder. Laravel. It's still deleting it. Oh, now it went away. Okay. Oh, it did also disappear from here. There we go. Select folder. Now we change the data. So we go down. Oh, I didn't set it up correctly. It's still not set up for MySQL. Okay, so we're just gonna copy paste what it says here. So connection. There we go. Let's call it Cozy instead. Cozy image social media platform. MySQL, DB port. That's correct. Save it. Good. Now we start the containers. Just gonna. I like to just go up and use my previous commands. No configuration file found. Which is interesting. I do not believe it asked me to create a configuration file. Let me just go ahead and say like this. I'm gonna copy paste the old version and the new one. And let's go ahead and give it the error message as well. So I opened the .env file and changed it from the SQLite to MySQL connection you gave me. And when running the sail up command, it said no configuration file provided, not found. There we go. Like, some of this is pretty basic stuff for a lot of people, but for me, it's more about getting the ball rolling, setting up the project correctly. I think the last time I spent time with Laravel has been like 3+ months ago, when I had to like start installing things. Yeah, so we have to run these commands we did before. Which I was guessing was, like, inside my brain was guessing what was, you know, giving the error message. So let's go ahead and set them up. There we go. And now we have to run the sail up command and migrate the database. Oh, we did actually not create a key. Sail is not running. Oh, it's still starting. I did it too early. But let's actually go ahead and create the key, because we did not do that yet. This is a new project. Sail is still not running. Okay, let's try and close it down again. It might just be faster just to like just type it out. Good. Sail up. Okay, that seems interesting. Now all of a sudden we cannot run sail up. That's quite interesting. Have not seen that before. Still thinking. There's not something else using that port. I know that for a fact. Is it because we did not close the previous connection? We're inside the right folder. Let's try and restart the connection and see if that might work. Because it did kind of like try to start up previously, but then it failed somehow. So let's go inside cd Laravel projects / there we go. Let's try and run it again just to see what it says. Port is already allocated. Stop the thing from using it. Okay, so let's try that. See who's holding it. Let's actually check that. Yeah, so there's definitely something here. The previous project is occupying it right now, so we have to stop it. That might be a good idea. Yeah, that container ID. Let's copy paste it. How do I paste it in? Do we just like stop? It's like a long one. 96525 A3E9 EAB. Okay. We do also want to stop the next one, which is 9A 0574 CA 3852. Good. Yeah, we don't need to do that, I believe. Let's try again. Okay, so far so good. We started the containers. And now I believe we can continue. So let's go and generate the key. Key set successfully, and now we migrate. And we still get an error message. Connection refused. Let's try clearing and then doing it again. There we go. Sometimes, like I said, you have to like clear because it stores previous information, but now it did actually do it. So far, so good. It didn't create a lot of tables, I just noticed, because typically there's like more tables created. But yeah, that's fine so far. So now we have the thing created, which is good. And there's a command where we can actually double check what is inside the database. Let's ask about that. How can I see the tables inside my database using the console command? This is how ChatGPT should be used, I think. Basically just looking up things. Using sales MySQL. Yes, so when we do this, it's gonna log us inside this shell, I believe you call it. But basically you can type commands into the MySQL part of the website. It throws an error for some reason. I didn't change the username and password. No, it's still the same. Sale password. Extra options. Oh, we are inside. Okay, I thought it threw an error. I don't know why. Show databases. So we have the databases, testing and so forth, but we do have Cozy Images, image social media platform. That is the one that I want to use. So we're going to swap to it. Database changed, and I want to show the tables. Yeah, this looks correct. This is what I was expecting to find. I was kind of like worried that it only gave me like these 3. But I guess it created some of them previously. But we do have a users table, you know, jobs, so forth. That is what we need to have. So yeah, we're gonna exit back out. Exit. Ditch. Yes. And by the way, for people who don't know, because you might be following this thinking, oh, that looks interesting. I've never done a Laravel website before. Like right now, we do have the databases, we have the tables and everything. But in order to visually see them, you need to have a piece of software that can visually show you the databases. You know, like a type of graphics user interface that basically allow for you to manipulate the database. In my previous PHP tutorial series, we used the... oh, it's been so long since I used it. PHP-MyAdmin, it's called. That's basically just like one way of showing a database directly inside the browser in this case. But you do also have external software like dbeaver or other database tools. So basically just connect to this database and then you can see it. Let's do that. Let's actually just do that for fun. Let's... I want to connect to this database using dbeaver. Can you show me how to do that step by step? There we go. Yeah, let's ignore that. Close that. There's an upgrade as well. Basically, like there's no connections going right now. Did I start up the... I do not believe I started up this one, because we need to have this running in order to connect using dbeaver. I think it stopped generating. Yeah, there we go. So we go in and we say we want to create a new database connection, and we click MySQL. Then we click next. We change the database to the name of my database, so Cozy Image Social Media Platform. Username is sale and password is password. Very secure, I do know. The port is this one, yes, because we did detach the other website and we connected using this port here. That's fine. It is localhost, test connection, connected, good, finish. Cozy Image Platform. So you see it over here on the side, databases, and then we have our testing and our actual database. So there's 2 versions here in case you want to do testing. But as you can see inside tables here, we have all the tables we just listed out. I mean, it is quite tiny on the screen here, so you probably can't tell. But we do have it in there. So, you know, if I go back inside my console, these tables here, like they show in there. So that's good. So now you can see we can go inside the tables. Can we actually view them? Yeah, there we go. All these tables here. But this is just like a visual tool. You can click in and, you know, if you want to go inside users, click in and you can see all the different columns here. You can see all the data. Click inside data here. You can see we have like, you know, you can just like create data if you want to. And then you just save the changes and, you know, manipulate the data in that sort of way. So you don't have to use consoles to do so. I like to use dbeaver. It's probably like my favorite free database tool. I don't I don't have a paid version for a more professional one. Just need to get something to drink. But yeah, we now have a basic website set up. So what we can do now is actually start like creating a website. We don't need the .env file right now, from what I can see. So basically, now we can start creating either the database setup for the website that we want to create, or the views for the website, you know, which is the actual pages inside the website. So now we have to start being creative. It's like the hardest part about making a website. But you know, I just wanted to say before we actually get started, like looking at me probably struggling a little bit with just like setting up a basic website using Laravel. As you can tell, it's been a while. Basically just keep at it until it works, because it will work. You just need to keep at it. A lot of people think that people who learn how to make websites like this, you know, using a framework, and especially Laravel, which is not considered to be one of the easier frameworks, like they think that people are just like gifted and they're just like smart and they just know how to do it like the first time they see it. We don't. we have to do it like the hard way. We have to like bang our heads against it until it works, until we get like a website like we have here. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm guessing I want to start building the visual stuff. I think that's going to be fun. I want to do the fun stuff first. So if I go inside resources, I have something called views. Should I zoom in? I don't think you guys can see. There we go. Let me close the sidebar here and just like do this. There we go. So basically, we have this welcome.blade.php file. That's like the starting page. And we could have this be our starting page, or we could create our own one. Just to kind of show, if I go inside, oh, where is it? Routes, there we go. If I go in here, you can see that our routes page here, by the way, web.php, that's just like basically where we see how the links, like the routes. Basically we tell it like, if the URL looks like this, then do this. That's like the basic explanation of that. So if we just have like the main website, like the front page, then show this particular view, which is the welcome.blade, because it says welcome. .blade is just like a template file. So what we can do is just keep this page for now. I think that's fine. We could also install Tailwind if you wanted to. That would be kind of fun. Is it like pre-installed with Laravel? It might be. Package that, yeah, it is. Dev dependencies, Tailwind CSS. So I'm guessing it is built into Laravel. That's great. We don't have to like install it. Tailwind is basically just like a CSS framework. There's also Sass and other things, but Tailwind is the one that I have used the most. So what I'll do, active 4 hours ago. Oh, I haven't been recording for 4 hours. My Facebook says my wife was active 4 hours ago, but she wrote me like 1 hour ago. Yeah, okay, so basically, oh, how did you connect? Let me just ask. I'm using Tailwind CSS inside this Laravel project because it comes pre-installed with it. How do I, inside my head tags, link to Tailwind in order to run it inside my website? Because it is using Vite to do so. I should probably like give it a screenshot just so it knows. There's like a certain Vite command in order to do this. Level wall project. Okay. So resources, Vite config. Let's just double check. I do have Vite config. I did see it previously. And I do have those two, because I saw it previously. App.css, app.js, yes. We also have Bootstrap. That's cool. So inside your resources folder, you should see something like this. That should be at the top of the file. It has one of them. Actually, it has none of them. Let me just make sure that I show what is inside this file. Oops, let's actually wrap it down. It is a little bit different than what it says. Sometimes when you use ChatGPT, it may think you're using a different version of like Laravel, and it'll give you like old information, so things don't look the same. It's asking me to replace. It's asking me to replace some things here, and I'm not too keen about it. Yeah, we do also need to install npm. Are you sure when you ask me to delete everything inside my app.css file that you're not mistaking it for a older version, the one that you were asking me to paste in? Because I might be using a newer version that you may not be aware of. Yeah, let's just ask. Gotta be very careful here. So yes, experimental. I mean, I am using like the one is asking me here, where you paste in like those 3 lines of code there. That's what I'm using in like previous Laravel projects. But now it looks different, and I have not seen this before. I just want to double check this is, you know, what it's supposed to be. The new syntax, not an old or broken one. You're not using an outdated setup. You're using the future syntax. That's what I thought. You should keep your current app.css exactly like it is. Aha. See, if you just blindly paste in from ChatGPT, it's not going to be correct. You got to know exactly what it's spitting out. Okay, so you can still use the same Vite resources app.css. Okay, that part has not changed. That is the part I'm looking for. Okay. Let me just let me just double check. Yeah, so we keep this through Vite. Yeah, we still need to install this, so we're gonna make sure we actually do that. npm is needed to like run Vite. Oh, don't give me too many warnings. It's essentially just like another way of starting it up. Can't quite remember what the difference is. So I can't tell you exactly what there's a difference. Like some benefits to using Vite. Oh, wait, it is done. Okay. Did we install it? Add it? Okay, well, fine. So this is what we use, npm run dev. Like that's gonna run the development server. So it's gonna, and then it's gonna spit out the server. Let's just go ahead and make sure. Oops. There we go. All right. We have a website. Great. So with this website here, deploy now. This is just what is inside the welcome.blade file. So this is going to go away. We can actually just do that right now. Let's just delete everything and just create a basic HTML5 setup like so. And we do need to insert like the link to our app.css file. Let's do that really quick. So how would the code look inside my head tags in order to link to this particular app.css file? Just double checking, like I'm not used to like this new version. Like even though I mumbled, it still understand what I said. It's just like such a good tool. Like it knows exactly what I'm trying to ask it here. Yes, okay. So this is just like before. That's great. Just wrap it down so we can see. There we go. Good. So basically this is gonna load in my app.css and app.js file. So I can write code inside these and it's gonna work inside the website. It is important to note though that this is for the development version, I'm pretty sure. So when you actually build your website later and create the live version, like the production version of your website, then it is going to like take all of this and just like repackage it, basically. So with that, we can actually get started, hopefully. So if I save this file and I want to see my, there we go. Yeah, okay, so it just updated automatically. So we have nothing inside the front page because I just deleted everything. So what I could do, we could like just for fun, like ask the AI inside the text editor to do this. Now let's just do this ourselves. So I'm gonna have a header element. Okay, why? Well, actually, yeah, it does give me a good point here. Yield content. So I should probably do this. We can create a template. Let's go inside views and then create a new file, a folder it's called. Oh, what is it called? Not templates. Let me just ask again. Like, there's so much stuff you have to keep in your head. Inside my project, I want to keep a bunch of templates for pages inside my website. I know you have to create a folder inside your views folder that will contain these templates. Could you please tell me how to set these up? Like, this is correct. Like, you have to yield and then you have to like point to a file called header. But you have to like go inside the folder and it's not called templates. Resources, views, oh, layouts, that's what they're called. So we're gonna create a new folder, layouts, there we go. And then we're just gonna create a layout in here. And there's also templates, so that's something you can do. Like templates could, for example, be your header, if you wanna do that. But let's go inside templates and just create a new file. We'll just call it, I don't know. Let's do what ChatGPT says. app.blade.php. So this is going to be like the main app layout file. And what you can basically just do here is copy paste. Let's just delete that for now. Copy paste. There we go. And once we have this template, that has everything. Like this is basically like, so if you have multiple pages inside your website that use kind of like the same layout, you just use this. You use this template here. And then if you have other types of pages that use a different type of layout, you create a second template, or layout in this case. And templates could be like your header file, I guess. Yeah, so the main layout file, put some stuff inside. So in this case here, this could be, what does it say here? Yeah, so we have like, let me just double check. So we go in, we yield. So in this case here, we're just gonna say header. And then we have content, maybe a footer, like so. Wife is writing. Yeah. So basically this is how we create like different sections, and we just create the templates and tell it to like paste it in. Or we could create templates, and we could also just create the pages and then reference to this layout and then insert what needs to be the content of that particular page inside where we have header, content, footer, so forth. So if I have a particular template I want to link to, I would like to do that. Template partials. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's create a templates folder. So inside views, I'm going to say new folder, templates. And inside templates, I will create one called header. .blade.php. Right. So let's say I want to have a header that's basically just, you know, like basic header file. This could, for example, be... what should this be? My menu, for example, at the very top of the website. So we're going to say header. Why is it not letting me? Header. There we go. Okay. It's coming up with suggestions, by the way, for what this could be. So you have like an h1 tag. That could be like the title. We could also go ahead and say we want to have a nav. Now it's doing it. And then inside this nav, we have an unordered list. Oh, there we go. It's pretty cool, like the Copilot tool just like auto-generate stuff for you. So what I will do here is have a home button, gallery, upload, contacts. So if we're creating a, in this case, like a social media platform, it's gonna look a little bit different. So call it your feed. Is that something you say? Like what do you have inside Facebook? Like you just have like the Facebook button at the top, and then you just like link back to like the front page. Just gonna text my wife. There we go. So your feed, just like feed, that might be like shorter, a little bit more appropriate. So, by the way, I don't know how much I say like in this video, because I know it's a thing that people are like, they don't like when I say like. It's hard when you're like not speaking English as your native language. Use like a lot, and it seemed like a teenager thing. It's like you can't talk. So like inside we have the feed, we have discover, to like discover new types of, you know, people who upload. That could be like a recommended for you sort of section. We could also have like, we could have, let's have a your profile. Your profile. We should also have an upload, but that's gonna be after. Should it be before? No, let's have it before, because that's what they have on YouTube. Let's have this for now. This is good. This is good. Should probably, you know what I want to do? I want to have two separate ULs. So I want to have a feed and discover centered at the top of the website. And then I want to have like the more personal stuff, like uploading your profile. Like it's going to be on the right side of the website. And then you have like, welcome to Cozy Images platform. We have to come up with some sort of fictive name. If any of you are watching this far, give me suggestions in the comments. We'll rename the website to whatever people they suggest. I'll find like a random one. Don't take it personally if I don't pick your particular name. It has to be good, you know. Yeah, okay. So we have this template here. How do we link to it? That is pretty much, so inside your homepage. So inside my homepage, we have something called extends, and that is for the layout. So this is our homepage. So we have extends, layouts.app. That means we're going inside the layouts folder. Choose the one called app.blade.php, and then we just basically go in and create our different sections. So for example, if I have a section here called content, we put that in there. If I have a section called header, we put that in there. Let's do this, do that. Oh, this is how we include templates. Good, that's what I needed. So inside my header here, I'm just gonna include my templates. Did I say templates or template? What does it say? Templates, okay, good. Let's say header. I hate how it's like pushing it out. Doesn't look good. Yeah. And we also had a footer, right? Yeah, we're gonna include the footer. Why don't I just like do this? Paste that down. Footer. Footer. Good. I think this is like, should I say header main? No, we're just gonna have one header. That's fine. So basically now when I want to change the content, like the content that changes from page to page, I just do it inside the content, like here. Like that's where I change it. So we could say like main. Why is it not doing that? Gotta write it out, I guess. Main, there we go. Just use the AI generated stuff. Yeah. So we also gotta create a template called footer. So let's do that. I'm gonna go inside. Actually, let's just duplicate. Can I do that? There's no duplication. We do it inside the file. We're gonna do this like this way. We're gonna go inside resources, views, templates, copy paste. I'm gonna call this one footer. That's one way of doing it, right? There we go. Hey, look at that. Oh yeah, this thing we can we just delete this. Whenever we create a new file, it'll create like something like that. Delete. There we go. So now we change it to footer, and let's just have some paragraph. This is a footer. There we go. Okay. Oh, Alfie is sitting on a chair. I didn't see that. Wife is writing. I see sending stuff. Okay, so I think we have everything here we need. Are we gonna get any sort of error messages? Body, so we yield header, content, footer. Go inside our welcome page. Have these 3 sections, and we did include footer. Good. Should be working. So if I go back inside my website, hey, we got some stuff here. We didn't include any sort of CSS yet, so it is pretty basic, but we do have, if I just open it up here to inspect, just to kind of see, we do have a body tag. We have our header element, just to show it. If I highlight my header element, you can see I do have the right things highlighted. It does include everything like the navigation, the unordered list, the second unordered list. It's including the footer. This is a footer. So everything is working exactly like intended. My wife is making a video too. It's a secret project, and she's very interested in me seeing it once it's done. So she's like perfecting it. Yes. So far, we have now created a front page, and basically whenever we want to change like the actual content of the particular front page or another page inside this website here, for example, if I go inside my header the blade, you can see that we have a, why does it look like this? Is it because I copy pasted it? Wait, hold on. Let me just like... Oh, I deleted the wrong one. That's why. There we go. Okay, feed discovered. So basically, you know, we have the feed. That's going to be the front page. So that's the welcome blade, right? We could rename it. Let's rename it. I think that's... No, we'll just keep it for now. Then we'll create a gallery page. We'll create an upload and a contact page. That'll be for next time, though. So yeah, these pages has to be created. We'll just like go through them one step at a time. For now, I think the next step is that we're gonna have to create a design for this website. Like just like a basic, you know, because I'm a very visual person. I like looking at something that looks nice, and then it motivates me to keep creating it. So like, I know some people like to set up all the technical stuff first, like creating the migration files for the database, you know, so you have like all the right data and the setup is set up, and now you just have to like color it in by creating all the visual stuff because all the technical stuff has been made. Might have like a seed file for, you know, inserting data into the database, you know, by activating that seed file. Like you can do a bunch of things here that isn't visual, but I'm a very visual person. I need to set things up so I think it looks nice. Like that's just how I am, right? So yeah, like this is what we have so far. Not very impressive so far, but we'll start coloring in the website in the next video. So let me know what you think. This was kind of like a test to try something that isn't teaching. Well, maybe you learned something, who knows? But this is more like cozy content. Just me having some fun setting up a website project, and, you know, just building something. This is what I like to do, by the way, my free time. I just sit here, I make something fun for myself, and I've sort of had this thing where it has to be like something I can use. Like I don't just create something just for fun. I have to create something with a purpose. And this one does not have a purpose, which is a bit different, but the video has a purpose. So that is basically the product I'm making here. To like, you know, make myself just have some fun with coding. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. You can say goodbye to Alfie. He's being extremely cute right now. He's my little, what do I call it? Like my little gold clump, I call it in Danish. Guldklump. Yeah, so thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.